Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. Gonna give it a few moments for everybody to hop on, and yeah, and then we'll get going on things. If you guys can go ahead and like this, retweet this, do something so we can get some more people in here and figure out what tickers everybody's looking at and see what the juicy stuff is. We're going to go ahead and do a scan of each of those things and see what the best setup is, what has cooled off from last week. Main focuses last week where we were all looking for things that entered into the clouds on the daily time frame so we can go ahead and play cloud play to the top. We had a lot of them that either exploded through the top or ended up reaching the top, so now we're looking for a coolback. So definitely get this retweeted so we can go ahead and see which setups are there, and if there's nice ones, we can add them to our list. We ended up adding a couple from our stream last week, so more people the better, more knowledge, whatever. So yeah, let's see how things go. Let me go ahead and get my restream chat open as well, so I can see what you guys are saying. Restream. And I'm gonna go over a couple questions that people asked in the DMs that were really good ones. But other than that, just looking at the sectors, gonna look at some order flow, see what's looking nice, and we will get going. I want to try to keep this one a little bit focused just because I'm going to keep the one at 9 o'clock more relaxed. Hey, what's up? Oh, I think you had a good question in your DMs too. I might have to use yours as an example. Let me check yours. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. If you want to ever bounce some ideas with me in my DMs or my Discord, dude, you're more than welcome to. Are you in my Discord? If not, I'll have to get you in there. Yeah, dude. I'm torn on silver. I don't know where this whole thing is going with silver. Here's silver futures. So futures look a little bit better. So it's off hard support off the Kijun. So I mean, I have to. My analysis says that this is support. Oh man, you made a Periscope account? You could have just followed me on Twitch, dude. You don't have to make a Periscope account. But you did it. I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so I'm like on like three different platforms. But yo, I get more of my buzz on Periscope anyway, so appreciated. Yeah, silver's going right now, so silver's not looking too bad right now if this support actually holds. I guess you can do a tight stop on it, but with my options, I'm not really gonna get a tight stop. If this breaks down underneath here, I'm sure I'll lose money on my options if I do them. So I'm debating what I want to do. SLV's coming off nicely off this one if that was today's action. Let's see today's hourly. Oof, yeah, that's a nice push, but still we have like this area over here we need to clear. I would say you need 650 to clear back over for this to get back on track. A little sketchy right now, but like you said, there's order flow coming through, and let's go ahead and check that one. Yeah, let me just go over the market real quick, and then we'll go ahead and check all that fancy stuff. I just want to go over just the basics, which are SPY and everything else. So on the daily, the main thing we were focused about was this support bounce on the Kijun. We got the bounce, looks beautiful. Now final thing, yo Beastie, what's up? How do I find you on Discord username? I'm at Hackerman Ace on Discord, but I'm um, I'm more so active right now on Twitter. But I promised my Discord that I would spend more time with them this week. So if you really want to join, and if you're actually going to contribute, you can DM me. But it's not something I want to open back up to the public or anything. It's not a paid group or anything. It's just where people hang out. Dude, I know, dude. They like ate this daily candle up. ETH USD, yeah, look, ETH USD is being really resilient right now. It's like holding up on this diagonal trend. Looks a little shitty and weak, like it's finally starting to break the trend. But the main thing with ETH is that right now it's off support and it's doing a support bounce. So even if people don't like diagonal trend lines, I can still use the 20 SMA as confluence. Right now it's still cutting up and not curving and bending. Yeah, man, everything it's every time around 2 p.m., 2:30. For other people who don't really pay attention to the stock market or are fairly new, this shit's always on a schedule. Like all the time. Once you start watching it every day in the morning, you'll notice like 9:30 to 10:30 is like prime action, prime time with day trading on options, and some people are done by then. And then you have like other time periods going on. Banks just had a big jump. Ah, man, I wonder if I'm still on my bank calls. I don't know if I am. Let me just double check here. I might be in my back calls. I had some. I think I might have took profit on them. My BA calls got absolutely wrecked. I'm so salty about those. I had bought BA calls. They were lottos. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I posted about them on Twitter. But yeah, they kind of dumped. I think I bought. When did I buy them? I think I bought them at the wrong time. I thought this was gonna get an explosion through there, but I didn't pay attention to the fact that it was outside the B bands. Let's see. When did I buy these? I mean, I bought them for 8. No, those are the back calls. Yeah, these were. Oh, my IWM calls are wrecked too. Oh, fuck. Alright, damn. Yeah, my BA calls, I bought these on June 9th. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a support test over here, but it was still extending and came back down. And yeah, that wrecked me. And what was the other one that just wrecked me? IWM. IWM still has a chance, but I bought these a little bit way too early. So I got messed up there, but not a big deal. It wasn't that big of a risk to where I'm worried about it. XLF, yeah, came back down, gap down. So I think there's a gap up possibility. As long as it doesn't come back into the clouds, we should be fine. I'm looking at a lot of like lot of different setups right now. Like the ones that I'm looking for right now. I was just messaging people about these. So I'm looking for stuff like this where it looks like it's ready to blow off a little bit more. I'm just using this as an example. There's like somebody mentioned this one to me. Clorox. Clorox looks like it might be wanting to go for a round 2. There's a tight little box over here for support I can use. Check out BILI. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. See, look, that's a great example. Damn, that's really nice. Like this is what I want. Damn, continuation too. Oh, what is this thing? Internet and software services. Everybody brings. Why are there so many of these? Oh my God. Look at that. It just keeps going. Let's check up order flow for some of these things. That's what I want to do right now is so like it's Monday and I try to take Mondays a little bit slow. I don't like to get too aggressive on Mondays, especially if we had a weird week the prior week, which we kind of did. So I'm just here to observe and see what ends up happening. In the morning, I didn't really see anything I really liked this morning. There was a couple things that piqued my interest, but there really wasn't too much. Calls I got this morning are up 100%. Damn, where was my DM? So I was looking at these this morning. I saw SLV and Cisco come through. Cisco was really interesting because I was curious on if it was going to go through, except I didn't like the strike for it. But overall, I don't mind Cisco. I know it's going to go up, but Cisco's at a break point too. So like if Cisco explodes through here, this will be awesome for Cisco. I mean, this will be an easy target. So these guys are pretty much. Oh, let me turn this off. These guys are betting on $50 strikes over here on Cisco, which means pretty much that means they're betting on this explosion. We're actually over a bunch of major things, and for this to be coming down and recovering back off like that with the 20 SMA, that's really interesting. So I don't know. We'll see. It's oh, you're up spot 100%. Damn. Okay, so going through these, I see these SLV calls coming through, which is super, super interesting. They're really nuts. I mean, these guys are. What time did they do these? Yeah, these guys did these early in the morning when the price was coming up, so they're probably made some money over here. But man, look at this. SLV $33 strikes. These guys are aiming for stupid numbers. So what they're okay. So when you see something like this over here, you're seeing $33 strikes, which make absolutely no sense. They're not betting on that strike typically. They're betting on more so volatility or directional like movements. Like for example, over here. Like this is what they're betting on. It doesn't need to hit 33. It just needs to go to like 22 or 24 in this fashion. If it goes up in this fashion, that's what you need over here if you're going to be doing something wild and crazy like what these people just did. Like you need that aggressive move upwards. You can't have any sideways days. So it's an interesting bet. It just leads me to believe like, hey, well, I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder if they've even made money yet. I'm gonna go grab water. I'm dying. If you guys have more tickers, put them out so I can go ahead and check the order flow for them. All right, I'm back. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer a couple questions that I had in the DMs, which I think were pretty good ones. Let's go to those DMs. Okay. I had a lot of cloud questions, which were really nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and do cloud questions. I think JBags asked me a couple ones. Okay, why is it so important to use B-bands in conjunction with Ichi? So the reason I use that together with this, and look at this, 2 p.m. we're getting a little daily rejection up here. A clear over here would be nice, but I don't think we're getting that. I think we're going to get a little bit of a pullback here. I don't think this is going to go for this push. We're testing over here, so we really don't want today to break underneath here. I would say if price action gets back down underneath here, that's bad news bears for SPY. You'd want it to start pushing through over here and getting over here. So that is, I know it's shift and I gotta click it. No, what did I exit? Shit. What did I do? Okay, volume. Alright. Okay. And it just went for this whole gap fill too. Sorry, I'm gonna go back and explain that. I'm just getting it set up so I can identify my own trades. Because I gotta make sure if I gotta exit. I'm debating if I want to just exit everything today and come back out. UPS is getting a lot of repeat call activity. That makes sense because I mean, there's not really that many carriers left that are going to be delivering packages anymore. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, puppy. I'm sorry. Did I hit you? Um, there's not really that many carriers. I mean, FedEx, Amazon isn't using anymore, really. They got rid of Hertz. Hertz is gone. And UPS is bouncing really nicely off this 218 support off the weekly. I mean, I really like the bounce over here. I like the fact that it's about to do a bullish TK. Let's see. Let's check that flow. Let's see what this looks like. So the one thing about flow that I'm trying to do is that I've already missed the bottom on a lot of these stocks. That's one of the biggest things here is that I've missed the bottom completely. So they have been running up nonstop. So that means a lot of these premiums have been really, really expensive. So what I'm trying to do as an OTM trader for the most part is I want to go ahead and find out the ones that did go ahead and run up this entire time and now that are bouncing off this support over here. I want to find the ones that are cheap that are still saying, hey, this is going to be continuation to the next higher levels, but they just burned the shit out of premiums because they were really sensitive to the data that they had there. So that's what I'm looking for. I really don't want to go ahead and get things that did have a nice pullback, but their premiums are still high. So not saying that UPS is high, but I don't like the fact that it's $1.10 and there's no flow for that. But then you have these unusual put players coming through for these things. I don't know if they're exiting what they're doing, but yeah, it's a little strange via the flow, especially even another one over here for 821. So really not a fan of the UPS one. That's just me. Uh, RNG and JD2. RNG, yeah, let's check RNG. That name sounds familiar. Nope. And then JD. 626 JD. It's a split though. Let's check the chart. RNG. Ring Central. Is this like the Ring Company? Or what is this? What the hell? What is this monster? I like zooming out. I'm like, I had to double check my chart. I'm like, is this like the hourly? Wow, this thing's just a beast. Let's do this by level by level. Okay. I will say this. Let's base this off from here. Let's go ahead and I like the support levels over here. I really, really like them on RNG. Like, this is really nice. Um, so if I was going to go ahead and play continuation, which wouldn't be a bad bet, honestly, at this point. Let me just do one last one. And to be safe, this one. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of support over here if I wanted to go ahead and bet on it. There's a volume shelf over here if I wanted to go ahead and re-enter, but it's not looking too bad. I don't understand why it's going up or what in the heck it is. It is a rocket. It just looks like it's gonna go for round two now. So all I'm seeing is these diagonals over here like this. I'm guessing it's just gonna go ahead and pop. There's no stopping this one. I never understood stocks like those. Like especially with the market like now recovering with all this volume. Like this is tons of volume for what time is it? Yeah, it's 2:30 and we're already having volume pushes over here. Very unusual. Typically we don't have those volume pushes until like the end of the day, and if we have it early, it's very interesting to see. So really want that push over here and clear on over here and get over to 309 and we'll be back on track. Biggest thing just once again for the new viewers that are coming in, looking for that what the pro traders call the SFP on here on the 20 SMA. If we can go ahead and get the SFP over there. Overall, I mean, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. I would want to just one more confirmation of one more day, and I think we're okay. Really, the biggest thing would be is this 3179 level clearing, but I think we're gonna go ahead and at least go for it. Bitcoin, not much. Dixie. Dixie's another one I was playing. I was playing Dixie for calls. Had gotten into Dixie calls last week that ended up popping. What did I do for Dixie? Hang on. I didn't get Dixie directly. I played a different one, but it's pretty much doing the same thing. Okay, I bought 717 calls for this one, which I should have exited this morning. Fuck. They're back at cost. No. Okay, so what I played was UUP. Yeah, I played UUP. Invesco, DBS Bullish Dollar Fund. So I think this support's going to hold overall. I think we can get the dollar to come back up. If not, I'll have to go ahead and exit. But overall, that's one of the plays that I was betting on that I should have exited on time. Right now, it looks ugly. This looks bad. I'll have to ask Trader Goo, my number one fan, to go ahead and or number one person to go ahead and ask to check stuff. Tron, I think Tron's setting up really nicely. Really nice support bounce. I'm still in Tron overall. I think Justin Skun's gonna make this thing rip. Let's check a couple more things. Okay, wait, I keep forgetting the Q&A. Okay. So, let's go over here. EFA wait. Yo, a lot of these guys, okay. So these are all the ones that people mentioned the other stream, and J-Bag's question was, why is it important to use B bands in conjunction with Ichi? One of the biggest things with me with Ichi was when I was initially doing it was I was having trouble identifying tops and bottoms. I would get the play initially with Ichi, no problem. Like I can get it fine. Let me go switch to the give you guys an example. Turn it on. 1 hour. No. Like I can do bullish TKs over here and play the cloud and then get over here and play the bearish TK. But the problem I was finding was these things were lagging a little bit to where like the price would either end up going up a little bit before it confirmed or it would end up coming down a little bit before it confirmed the bullish T bearish TK, and that would just end up putting more risk on my end because sometimes if it confirmed a little bit too late and I wasn't there, I'd end up getting fucked or my stop would get ran or something bad would happen, and it wasn't really the best thing. So I ended up using B bands because I would notice, hey, the price is because the way B bands work is if you have a price extension outside the clouds, that's something to worry about on the B bands cloud. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off just the candles right now, if I remember how to do it. Okay. So the thing with B bands is that whenever the price action enters outside of these light gray clouds, they'll probably be darker if you add them on. That typically means that the price is going pretty nuts, and there's a possibility that the price is going to either come back down, go sideways, or not continue any further. It's going to be one of those three things. So that's something that raises flags whenever it extends on the outside with B bands. And the major thing that I really use it for is the middle line that it has, which is the middle 20 SMA. When you can notice, like here's an example over here. So you see the Ichi setup over here, bullish TK over here, goes through, cool. Now, when we get over here is where it gets a little bit tricky. You see the Ichi starting to act a little bit funny up here. But the biggest thing that is the thing for me is you see the 20 SMA bending. Whenever you see the B-bands line bending, that changes everything because it shows you that there's a trend change about to happen. In this case, that means hey, the top is already here. So whenever I look on macro time frames and I'm seeing some sort of hook happen on the B bands, whether it's a hook like this, a little bend like this, that just raises more questions on my end, like, hey, what's exactly going on here? So it's just something I've been using for like the longest time, for like 4 or 5 years now with Ichi. It just makes more sense. And not only that, it's a midpoint between the Ichi line. You have the Tenkin right here and Kijin over here, but there's nothing in between. And when you're trading with like leverage and you're trading like different type of things, that's a big fucking difference. Like if I'm on BitMEX and I'm seeing this big kind of line and I'm like high leveraged, I need a midpoint or a target or something like that. And to aim exact targets like that, that's just sketchy because this thing comes down as well. So it forms over time. So it's not something I'd want to. I was comfortable betting, or it was something I was like not losing. I was losing money on, or I wasn't getting preciseness on. So that's one of the main reasons I used it. I needed a little bit more data on my end to like get a better understanding of things. So I would definitely recommend using it. Oh, dude, yeah, man, spy calls. I didn't feel like day trading. I want to save my day trading for like a really, really nice bet. But spy would have been a great day trade this morning if I would have betted on it. Yeah, look at this. So the guys who do option trading for continuation and like volatility, this is what you want. This is how you make money. This is why Beastie made so much money on 170% in a day trade. It's because price kept expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding, and now it's finally starting to slow down on support, and it's around 230 almost. So now is probably when Beast would start losing money if he ended up holding, if price doesn't end up exploding. So there is a still possibility that his calls could go over 200, but as of right now, it's just this is what you wanted right here. These multiple green shoots candles. So that's awesome, dude. Let's see, what other questions do I have? Okay, here, this guy was asking some good questions. Okay, he knows nothing about options, okay, at all, this person. And if my DMs would work, I have so many, they're not even loading the conversations anymore. Okay, he basically said to me that he wanted to buy Clorox, okay? I was like, okay. Well, initially my question to him was he wanted to learn options, and I was like, okay, do you have a TA understanding of things? Yes, he said, yeah, he knows what he's doing as far as TA goes, which is the biggest thing right there. So I told him, yeah, give me a ticker. Let's go ahead and check a couple tickers and see what looks the best to you. So he gave me Clorox, which wasn't bad because I see a bullish TK over here. It's small and tiny, but I see that the price is under consolidation with this being the target point to break. So it's not an ugly setup. There wasn't really order flow there, so that's still a little sketchy. But I was still curious on what he would end up picking out. So he gave me this as the play. So I explained to him when you're doing options, you're basically betting on the price going in a certain direction. Either it's going to exceed the target that you're going to bet on, either it's going to bet on volatility going in a direction like I just explained on SPY. Um, or it's going to hit exactly on it before your expiration date. So I made him go ahead and I was like, all right, so give me a bet of what you think the price is. He didn't. He kind of hopped in a little bit out ahead of time, but he said he bought CLX calls for 255 and 260 for an expiration date of the 26th. Um, I don't mind the 250 and I don't mind the 250. I don't mind the 230. Little rambunctious up here. 230 is not that bad. That's a nice one, but the 250 one's a little exotic. That's really OTM over there. So the other thing he has to focus on is the fact that it's a 26th expiration. So now you got to keep a macro time frame in sense when you're doing these, at least to build out those levels, just so you can get understanding. Unless you're day trading. So that's his 26 expiration date. Look at the time. Look at the gaps he had. Look at the time he has to like this actually break out. So if we were gonna make a box over here, I would say this is the box. He has a little bit of time for this to break out of this box and start moving. So with a 26 expiration date, I would say you're gonna absolutely need price to move By the end of this week. If this price doesn't explode by the end of this week, you will 100% lose money next week. That's because of decay. You will 100% lose it. So if you're going to pick strikes like that, where you're picking a strike that has an explosion strike, where it's going to be a breakout strike, or anything like that, you're going to want to buy yourself some time unless you know for a fact this is about to explode. And the only time I bet like things like that are when I see things like where it's a complete price compression, or if you guys have any setups for like falling wedges and rising wedges, those are like one of my most favorite things to play off of. Those are the ones that I initially started playing off of when I first did options, and they were just absolutely killer. So I could give an example of that as well. So like rising wedge over here, and then you bet on a fall. So those are the kind of things where you can go ahead and bet those short-term expiration dates and go ahead and make those plays. But if you're gonna bet longer, that's what makes sense. So like let's say over here for some godly reason you were like, all right, I think this is gonna go to $80. You completely lost all your money for the next couple months, okay? So whatever you bought up here has lost all its money. But now you're having directional volatility, and now the price is exceeding what you bought. And what you did instead of buying a short-term expiration date is you bought a longer expiration date. So most of my things right now are typically about 3 months out. A lot of my plays right now that are hedged are in January. So I have time until this period. So even oh wait, where is it? So even if I fucked up and I didn't do a play right over here, but I positioned myself properly and I didn't go all in and I had limit buys, or I had myself like a certain set amount of capital put into there to go ahead and play, I'd be fine. I mean, yeah, I'd get completely wrecked over here, but would I have the balls to go ahead and buy into here? Most of the time, because I have money set up for the those kind of things. And yo, Doc Barnacle, I appreciate the follow, man. I need my Twitch count to go up. I need those 75 viewers. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it somehow. But yeah, so that's the kind of things you want to do. If you buy yourself some time, you buy yourself a little bit of risk, like insurance, because then you can go ahead and manage that position a little bit better. And if you're buying OTM, you're buying yourself even more. It's like a little bit weird because so let's say somebody bought OTM calls over here for let's say not $80. Let's say $90 strikes or $100 strikes up over here, and they were buying them for, I don't know, November. The and like let's say the pricing was around like 1 cent to 10 cent. They're not gonna fucking move. I mean, they're gonna move a little bit, but you're barely gonna lose money. They're already illiquid to begin with, and there's no open interest. That it's gonna move once the open interest comes in. And this leads me to a great point to some guy fucking bitching at me this morning about this. So I had bought these Piton calls. I had told everybody online. I was like, yeah, buying these Piton calls. I was able to scale in some at 1 cent. A lot more of them were a lot more than 1 cent. So somebody tweeted this morning before I was able to tweet. I was going to tweet a screenshot, but he just tweeted a number. I guess his numbers were showing 2,500%. Yeah, some of my entries were 2,500%, but most of them weren't. And then he was just basically saying like that was like a fake post or some shit. The whole point of OTM plays when I okay, let me go this to even a different way. When I look at these kind of plays over here where they're low open interest positions, I completely understand that the spread is going to be completely fucked up. Okay, on Robinhood if you're trading, which I am for the most part, it's fucked, dude. Like they're order books are shady, especially these rules what I'm about to explain apply so much on OTM plays on Robinhood, especially when you're buying dated plays, OTM plays, and things that are super illiquid. I play them for a reason because I figured out how to play them. So one option hood Robinhood spreads are fucking scammy and they're just shitty. Okay, for example, the price on these Piton plays that I bought when I bought them said the cost was 10 cents to 15 cents. So initially I had put in limits in and I got filled at 10 cents. But then I FOMOed in and got filled at 15 cents. And I went ahead and put in bids for like 1 cent and 5 cents, which somehow the books didn't even say it. It didn't even say the asks were right, but my 5 and 1 cent filled. And the price still stayed at 10 cents for the bid price. So I don't know if they didn't update what happened on Robinhood's end, but it's 120% scammy with those OTM plays. But That's the whole thing. Like once you start seeing open interest roll into this, that's the kind of way you want to make the money. Like I had somebody tell me the other day what they do is they go ahead and buy OTM plays, but they're based off a schedule of some show that pops up, and whatever their guest typically has like a schedule of what tickers they're gonna talk about. And I was like, no fucking way. I'm like, that makes great sense because that's one of the ways I make a lot of money is off the ones that hit 1,000%. Or typically when people like CNBC show my plays, like I've had Marvel and like Ford, dude. Ford, they shilled the shit out of my calls. Like my calls popped. A lot of people got into those Ford plays. They popped because CNBC shilled them, and I was like, what? I'm like, that's great. So those are those rare occurrences where that happens. But if you can find a confluent event where you know somebody's going to talk about it and you can find order flow, I think that's like such a good idea. So I'm definitely going to test that one. I haven't had the time to, but that's another little bit of homework with you guys. If you guys want to look for like big speakers that are coming up, like I don't know, like anybody on CNBC that you guys know, like they're going to be speaking of some kind of tickers or something that isn't majorly talked about, discuss it with me. Let's go ahead and find some tickers. Let's go check the order flow, see if there's some kind of flow that's going on. Dude, yeah, yeah, XLF, man. Okay, so here's a couple of the setups that I'm looking at. Price action still in the cloud, didn't hit the top end. So I'm seeing if these are going to continue. The most important one was MFA, because MFA has strong support over here, and it's coming up on earnings. So earnings is tomorrow for MFA. This is a 50-50 bet. Let's go ahead and check something else. Dude, I tried to take this IQ test, and it said that my IQ test is out of the range of the thing. I answered it pretty fast. I don't know if that was the reason. I thought the answer was a scam. It said that everything on the answer was going to be B. I was like, all right. It's because I cut it early. What? Scam. We're too smart, bro. That's why. Hmm. Oh, and for the people who are doing options, it doesn't hurt to check out this website. It's Options Profit Calculator, which I hope it's working. It's not. Trash. Twitter. Oh, they have a Twitter page. Maybe I should tell them their website's not working. Oh, it straight tells you to follow them? How do I get that kind of link? Yeah. As you look, they're already added. Sirs, your website. It's broken. Let me send them a screenshot too. Alright. They'll hopefully fix that. Okay. Let's go to a couple more questions. Somebody said BRKB. Patrick Carpenter, who has been messaging me a lot, and I keep ignoring the guy. I'm so sorry. Burke.b. Oh, Beastie tried to play this one before. Man, this one was just like devastated by Corona. Like, this is not looking good for Berkshire. So I'm a little concerned. Like, whenever people make fun of people like, Warren Buffett and stuff, I know now with options and just trading in general, none of these guys that have money like that, that are really have like tons of money, they're most likely not day traders. They have a different type of outlook. So if something pumps a little bit more for Warren Buffett afterwards, you think he's gonna give a fuck after he made millions? No, I don't think he's gonna care. He's gonna be like, all right, cool. Everybody else can keep making some money while I wait for the next move. So don't don't have that mindset. Just wait. Just wait for the right move and just don't make fun of other people. It makes no sense. Unless they're doing something completely stupid, but he has billions of dollars. You guys don't have billions of dollars. And if you guys have billions of dollars and are on Twitter asking me for tickers, there's a problem. Peak, man. Peak keeps going. I really, really am interested in Peak. Peak is breaking out through the clouds. I really, really want to get in on option plays. There was option plays that popped up on this one, which went over 100% in like 48 hours. Let me see if I can show you them. So I'm debating if it would be a okay idea to go ahead and grab these again. So a lot of these calls doubled out. I'm wondering if it's worth it to grab these ones again. These would be in the money plays. Yeah, a little bit of a breakout over here. I mean, holding strong on support on the 20 SMA. Okay, here's another great example of why I use the 20 SMA. So if we go ahead and turn off the 20 SMA over here, now what do you see in the middle? You don't see shit. You see price action into the clouds, and I have a lot of people tell me they're like, "Hey, Ace, what we've read is when price action enters into the clouds for Ichi, that means it's bad." I'm like, not necessarily. I'm like, it's bad, but it's not good either. It's more so neutral, but you got to figure out direction of the trend first. And one of the things that helped me is this B band. So this doesn't show you shit. Let me just one last time. This doesn't show you too much. It just shows that we had a bearish TK over here. Price went end to end and hit up here and exceeded and came back down. And now what it shows over here is most likely you'd probably want to wait for a support test if you're going to get it over here on the Kijun. Or if it's going to break out, you're going to want to play a support test over here. That doesn't fly with me. I need something better. So I realized that, okay, look, we had a bearish TK over here, but then over here we're having a bending and curving of the 20 SMA. Now it's just going diagonal. Now the midpoint for this area is the 20 SMA, which is bouncing beautifully off of. So this morning would have been an easy long for me if I would have paid attention. I mean, I tweeted about it, but I I am very bad at following my own advice. But yeah, this is just like the midpoint. So if this continues and gaps up over here over the Tenkin tomorrow, I'll know that hey, it's never gonna hit that Kijun anytime soon. Squad is watching the VIX calls. Man, I should have. That's another one. I should have grabbed my own VIX calls. But ugly rejection today. So here, you don't want this to happen. So you don't want this to just get rejected out of the clouds and come back down. You wanted to do this, just like bust through. And I'm probably gonna end up hanging out with you guys longer than I'm supposed to. But fuck it. You know what? It's a good day today. Everything's holding up on values. I guess I could give a rundown of my positions right now. So somehow my portfolio today is up 8%, which is beautiful in total. IWM calls of mine wrecked. BA calls wrecked. USO calls wrecked. EEM puts wrecked. P-ton calls insane. UUP calls back at spot price, back at my price. Bank of America calls. These are up 36%. I'm still debating on grabbing more. Like, this is one of the ones where I'm like, I should grab more, and I'm probably not going to grab more because I'm retarded. Look at this. So, back calls, we've been discussing most of this back formation. It's been on point with everything. Bursted through the clouds. We had the bullish TK over here, came through the top, did really, really good. So now we're back into the clouds. Structure hasn't lost over here, and we still have earnings over here, and it just paid out dividends over here as well. So earnings isn't for a little bit, earnings isn't for a month, and my expiration date is 8/21 for back calls. Disney 125 strike, dude. Anything Disney long term, I'm a huge fan of Disney in general. Disney had like a generational discount, so I mean I'm a fan of Disney. If you could even buy them further, I mean that's the thing. Like, so a lot of these things are on weekly resistances. So this week will be really really important. If this week ends up going bad, then you'll have a bad thing. But you have a weekly gap up here on this. You rarely see I rarely see weekly gaps on charts. I normally see them on the daily end, but that's a huge weekly gap up here. So I think your strike is beautiful. I think it'll definitely 100% hit. It's just the problem of the expiration date is the problem. And if your premiums are going to be expensive for those because you have it running up for so long. So this morning would probably been the best bet. But as it's coming down right now, it still hasn't filled the weekly gap fill in the bottom. So there's still a slight. Yeah, fuck. Let's just see for shits and giggles what's on here. Yo, what's up? Don't worry about me. Thank you for joining, as always. What's going on with you? Any exciting tickers? Anything going on today? So 717, 120 strikes, still $2.50. Not too bad. I'm sure it's going to be expensive if you buy further. So I can already tell. Like if July 17th is 272, yeah, I can definitely check whatever you'd like. You're always on. 724. Ooh, okay. What's this? Psh, Thank you. Thank you. This is great. Let's add this to my list. Wow. Okay. So nice little support cluster over here. Order flow supporting for a pop next month. Daily says there's a gap all the way up here. What fucking what ETF is this? Okay, so this doesn't hurt to get more research in. So this is another thing that I do. So whenever I see ETFs, ETFs I used to just play directly. I used to be like, all right, it's an ETF. Let's go ahead and play it. All right, cool. I made some money, but like the problem was I didn't know why ETFs were so gappy and like why they were doing all this crazy price action movements. And then I realized ETFs are just a way to a bunch of things. And Mr. Puppy, you almost got ran over. Yo, if I could send you guys a picture of my puppy, he's like underneath my computer chair, which he will not be able to do in like another week. I don't know if I ran him over or what's he doing. You okay, puppy? You alive? I think he's good. I just can't move my computer chair. Damn, he's pinned. What the fuck is he doing? Are you good? Alright, I'm just gonna leave him be. Damn it. Actually, I feel bad leaving him be. Alright, you can't be like this little. Oh, fuck. I can't even pull him out. Alright, I guess he's gonna have to leave him be. Okay. Yeah, so what I check is Koifin. I like breaking down ETFs altogether. It gives me a good idea of what's weighted on those ETFs, if it's big names, if it's shitty names, whatever it is. Koifin is a free website, so I would definitely highly, highly recommending it if you like breaking down things, or if you just like checking things for extra data, or if you just like looking at data in general, like I do. So, Jets, ETFs, holdings, oh, this is great. I don't have to play airlines directly. I can just go ahead and play this. Damn, if people were playing this one in the beginning, I wonder how much money they made on this one, as on this ETF. Dang, Ponzi, dude, that's some good data right there. Dang, that's insane. Okay. Yeah, I mean the Jets is set up really nicely. Like I really, really like the setup. There's strong support here. I mean, you can if you buy yourself some data. Yeah, let's. Man, this is really not bad. It's not that expensive either. Volume isn't superseding OI. Don't worry about me. This is really, really nice. I really like this one. I wonder if I could find something different. Oh, I'm gonna check this one, and then we'll go finish my portfolio back. Okay, Jets. It's already been running up all the for the day. It's up. Not too bad. So it recovered its whole entire loss this morning of being at 6%. So weekly options are probably going to be a little bit more priced out, but you should still be able to get a discount. This one would have been a great buy in the morning. Dime, you're Chad. You should hop on later on one of these streams. I want to talk about that Ichi thing. I tried calling last night, but then I saw you said Overwatch, and then I was like, all right, let me go ahead and wait for him to finish playing Overwatch. And I sat there, and Puppy laid on my chest, and I was like, fuck, puppy on chest, I can't move. So I fell asleep. Um, so I blame my puppy. Alright, hang on. I'm just checking Jets, seeing if there's a play valid. Alright, so Jets pretty beat. Jets doesn't have too far out of a play period. They kind of go to July, and then they skip right to September, and then skip to December. So I'm looking at December. Um, Hey, can you guys give me some sort of target? I mean, there's a target up here technically. Can you guys give me a strike date or something for this? Oh wait, I keep forgetting to check Restream. I'm so sorry, Restream people. See the Fed announcement? What's the Fed announcement? Are they doing the Fed news about buying individual corporate bonds? I don't know. I did not hear that, but somebody was telling me this morning that they're doing a round two for stimulus checks. Does that, because that would be good for people, or at least the economy to keep moving up. Not that that's going to help people now, but yeah, bad for dollar. Damn, bad for my calls. It's good for my it's good for my metal calls. Like I would buy more metals if they actually said they were going to do another stimulus check. Okay, so Jet isn't priced too bad if I pick like an exotic play like this gap. So if for some reason Jets keep going up by December and the Fed isn't going to let the market sink, anything like to this gap fill with time seems to be pretty reasonably dated. Anything underneath it looks like it's $28 strike isn't bad. The open interest is super low, but the big open interest is at this $30 strike, there's 708 open interest versus all the other ones. IV still low at 68%. But then when you go to 31, it goes right to like 140 IV. Yeah, this isn't a bad one. I added it on my list. We'll see what happens here. I'm still watching. I think Co's going to continue. eBay looks really nice as well. I think eBay's ready for leg two. Play for M. Yeah, M. I was actually just discussing this with somebody. M looks really nice. I mean, it looks super nice. I'm still in my calls for Macy's. I bought some stupid crazy ones. I bought some like $30 calls for January. So I was kind of just noticing this gap up here. I'm like, well, I know Macy's has been tanking like for a while, but hey, if we get some directional volatility towards this way, I think I'll be able to exit my Macy's calls. So Macy's isn't really the Macy's calls I have. They're not really a bet per se. I would say to hit 30, it's more so just directional. But there was a nice order flow coming for Macy's today. Like there was somebody buying $9 strike. Reasonable fellow over here. July 17th. Did you realize you're stuck now? Are you out? Can you get out of there, please? Hold on. Come here, puppy. Get out of there. Yeah, lay down. Okay, he's gone. Oof. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's yeah, I know. I've been really bullish. All right, yeah, we can talk bearishness on this. That's fine. Okay. All right, let's go to tech. That's what'll probably be a better indicator. Okay. See, like Intel looks really fucking nice too. AMD little sketchy. So okay, so there are a little bit of chances for pullbacks around here. So you can see a pullback around like 50. How much more percent? That's probably a better idea. Yeah, I think there's possibility for another 3 to 5% down day still. A lot of these things are still on hard support. I still think they could go for one more leg up. I'm trying to find a bearish view like Roku. Even Roku's on hard support. I want to see what calls are like on Roku. This one looks nice. Oh man, these guys are nice. No, they're expensive. Fuck. Okay, never mind. Roku looks bearish still if this breaks down. If Roku holds, this will be great. But if this breaks down at any moment, I think Roku's going to come down to here. Let's see, what is the ratio today? Yeah, I know. It is insane, but I don't like the fact that they're expensive ones, especially for something that's been down here. There's no justification for it to be that expensive for not doing anything. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll pop, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere right now. Let's go back to the degen section, see what there is today. Yeah, I can check out WMB. Nothing on flow for today, but... Puppy, you're back there again. No. No. Benny. Benny, what are you doing? Dude, this dog wants to like get ran over. Yo, what's up, F5, my brain? Why not F4, your brain? Or Alt F4? Williams Oil and Gas Pipelines. Hmm. So on the daily, it's on the support over here, but I don't like the fact that it's looking a little sketchy. So if this at any moment looks like it's not gonna hold this cloud line, I would exit it and do puts for like the downside. It does. You don't want it to go ahead and get into the clouds over here. Let me just check flow for the rest of the month for this one, because I've seen this name pop up occasionally. WMB. Yeah, for the month they're bullish. 11. This isn't bad. I wonder if they're at a discount now because they dumped. 11, 20, $23 strike calls. Not bad. So if this cloud support does hold, these guys might even make some money over here if they already didn't cash out because they bought on 6.2. So if they bought on 6.2, where's 6.2 over here? Okay, so they bought in 6.2 and they got the pop. So they must probably made a little bit of money. But these are the kind of plays I wouldn't mind buying losers on. Yeah, I should probably do that. No, he has my underwear next to him. What is he doing? Come here. Come here. You little rascal. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna leave him alone. He gets ran over. He gets ran over. Um. Yeah. Let's check. What was I gonna do? Okay. I'm just trying to see if there's some interesting things I can go over. I love when Zach messages me things. He's like, Zoom, they're scheming, bro. Okay, let's go check out Zoom. Okay, so you guys that are new to options that are using Cheddar Flow, that are new to it and using it, really, 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 really advise you guys staying away from those weekly expirations. You don't want to be in and out. Like if you're not one, if even if you are playing with a 25K balance or more, you still don't want to hit that pattern day trade limit unless you're strictly going for a pattern day trade. And even at that point, I still recommend you only stick to 3 a week. Like if you're new to it, you really, really don't want to enter your play in and get out because that means you fucked up. Unless you were specifically going for that one, um, you don't want to chase it. And even if you have the money, you really don't want to get used to buying those $200 calls and everything and then losing your money right off the bat. You want to start off small and OTM, or at least small and cheap. Don't go big and large and just start losing your money. You want to start off small and get some time and learn how the options move and get a feel for them before you start doing anything crazy. Those weeklies, I really, really do not suggest to anybody doing those weeklies that's brand new. Like any kind of success you'll have will end up being luck, and that's not something you want to build your base of trading off of, his luck. I mean, there is a luck aspect to trading, but yeah, we can check out whatever you want, man. I'm just chilling at this point. We're getting close to the end of the stream, and I'm probably gonna get some food. X looks really nice. I saw some order flow coming in for it. Overall, the support levels are nice. If this loses the Kijun over here, then it's or this is like 20 SMA. Yeah, if it loses 20 SMA, it's bad. But I still think steel could definitely be valued is a double-digit value. As far as the over here goes, weekly TK is going nice, but the setup overall needs to explode through. Like it needs to get through this $11 for it to get back over to any kind of prices it was before. Did you see what Nick Kerr said about Disney? No, what did he say? Send me the DM. What are some good stock options for beginners like that won't have crazy premiums? So here's one thing about premiums and things like that. That is one thing you guys definitely want to focus on, and if you guys don't see those things leaning in your favor, that's because things are probably heading in a certain direction for too long. Like for example, Okay, this is a great example. We'll just stick with this one. No, this is a horrible example. I'm sorry. This is on a weekly chart. Hang on, I'm trying to find something. Okay, here we go. I just thought of it. ZM. Okay, so when you have price action going in a certain direction and you're not in the trade and that's what you should have been taking and it's been going up like this one, that means that each day this goes up, those call buyers are going to be making money and those call premiums are going to be going up as the price goes up in that direction. So regardless of what you want to play with your TA, you're going to be paying a premium. So even if at this point you think that this is going to be going to the moon to like $300, you're going to be paying a. Hey, go. Go on the fucking pad, you dummy. Oh, bad dog. Sorry. He just peed on the fucking floor. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Right at the end of the stream too. Okay, so yeah. So you want to aim. So even if you're aiming for 300, the fact that it's been running up for so many days means that the premium is going to be expensive. So even if you buy things that are going to be January plays that are sensible, your downside risk is going to be so hardcore, because if at any moment these start losing value after such a huge run up, those downside theta decays are going to kill you, kill you. So you always want to keep in mind, if something's been in trend or in a direction for too long and those option values are typically over $1, $2, or like things like that, that's when you want to like avoid playing those plays. Or if you want to play those plays, you want to make sure you're scaling in, because if you're not scaling in properly, or if you're not like giving it some time to like cool off, that's what I mean by like those premiums. So like as of this point, a lot of these things, I mean, I could see why people would want to play puts at this point. I mean, we've been running up so much that puts are probably what's the cheapest play to do right now. But we had that little bit of a pullback yesterday or the other day, which was about 5-6%. I mean, that was a pretty decent pullback. I think a lot of those premiums got burned. I mean, there was things that were starting to cost around $3, $4, $5. I mean, that was really expensive. After a couple down days, that theta decay kicked in, and now they're worth about $2, a dollar. So you're really seeing that across the board, where the opposite direction is starting to affect those call prices, especially when those things have been running up. So the downside risks are definitely going to hurt it. I know this sounds all confusing, and I'm like probably explaining it wrong. So if you or if probably not explaining it even more stupider than I should have. So if you still have a hard time understanding what I'm saying, DM me. I can always try to explain it to what you personally understand. So, for example, INTC. Oh no, let me find one that would be cheap. Let me see if I can answer your question. So when I'm looking for that right off the bat, I'd want to go ahead and look for order flow. So that's how I would end up playing that one. I still want to play the game, but I don't want to go ahead and chase that one. So let's see. I would obviously go ahead and look for those cheap options, and I'm looking for the timings on this one. So I'm looking for the time that I would prefer. So right off the bat, I told you this $33 strike for SLV was interesting. It's more so a volatility and directional play. So let's keep scrolling. Let's see what else I find. DVAX, I don't know what it is, but it's a little bit further out. Not saying that's the ideal play. Dude, I've been grinding this shit forever. 20 SMA support, Keygen bounce, Keygen cutting, 20 SMA cutting through there. Biotech too, and it had volume bounce. Ah, man, this is interesting now. DVAX. DVAX, one single player. Okay, let's see what they did for the month. If this is the only player, DVAX. Oh, bullish this month. Oh man, okay. And before I continue, if anybody does want to go ahead and sign up with my link, there's my Cheddar Flow link. And for the restream people, I got you guys. Channel. Okay. No, I want the chat open. Hold on. It closes out my thing every time. Shield. Okay. Yeah, DVAX, man, this is pretty amazing. Like they're buying dated plays. So we can go ahead and cut out. So when did DVAX pop? DVAX popped. Okay, so they've been buying on this pullback every time. So DVAX popped on the first. Flow is popping in. So here is the first players. So there's a couple people who played on the first, which were these guys. Okay, so these guys already made their money and wait, they bought on the first. Yeah, these guys didn't, unless they played early in the morning. What time did they play? Yeah, they played early in the morning. Okay, let's ignore these guys. Let's go to the fourth. Actually, let's go to next week for the continuation. Okay, so I'm really liking this guy. So this is just an example. Like 29 cents. This isn't bad. I mean, the TA is meeting up. I could probably find something a little bit better. But this isn't a bad one. Like I know it's been going up, but as you can see, even though it ran up, when it came back down, it killed everything. So now things aren't that expensive anymore, and they're back to sub $1. But I can find an even better example. So that was DVAX. Let's find something with a longer dated expiration. That's what we want to find. See, as you can notice, the price is getting more expensive and more expensive as I look for like dated calls. Like these stick right out to me. Like this is still in continuation. That's what I'm saying. Like this one, my option values are only up about 40%, which is typically a lot, which was a lot more last week. So this one still looks like it's in for continuation if it doesn't lose this cloud support over here. So I really, really love these back calls. They're only about 40 cents, $35 strike. $35 strike leads up to about here, which is back into the channel and back into business. So to bet by the end of summer that things will be back in business isn't a bad bet. Angie, I've never seen that pop up. Angie, what's Angie? Angie Home Services to the fucking moon. Is this that is this the commercial that pops up? What is Angie? And it keeps mooning. Hang on, let me put this in the Dutch. Oh dude, this little dog is causing trouble. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the last hour of the day to just go ahead and finish up my trading on the end of things if I want to go ahead and scale into things. It's still an observation. I mean, I'll let you guys know if I enter anything, but as of right now, the only thing I'm doing is I'm just scaling into my plays. Let me finish reading off my plays and then I'll cut off. And then I'll be back on at 6 again. Okay, so my long-term plays are, and I'll do a chart for them too. So I'm doing CS calls for $15 strike. Not, I mean, once again, betting on direction on a lot of these. So this is a 121.22 expiration. So it's a whole 2 years out. So these things I wasn't even planning on making money for like a whole year. These fuckers popped up over 100%. They're sitting at 83% right now, which is just blows my fucking mind. Like I wasn't planning on making any money for a while. So that's one that's still going, which I'm still trying to figure out how I want to scale into it because I still think it's going to move. I just never played leaps like that long before, so I don't know how it's going to move or how I want to scale into it. So this is something very new for me for the CS one. But overall, the weekly flip is what I was looking for over here. If we can go ahead and get this weekly flip on this, it's good to go. So Ponzi trader, if you're in here still, yeah, dude, this is bearish. These bearish tests over here, like they're not too good. Like a lot of these weeklies are at bearish tests. So this week is going to be so huge for a lot of these players. Ford calls. I'm still in my Ford. I still think Ford's going to go. Overall, the way that I did with Ford is there's a Ford channel going on, and in general, it popped out of there and is going. So it's over the weekly levels that it needs to be over. So daily, just pulling back a little bit. We'll go ahead. We just need to flip over 655 and 650 and get another daily through there, and make it to the end of this month. If we can make it to the end of this month, I think these things will pay out even more. But those are 115 $10 strike ones for 21. Macy's, I'm in there. I think I already discussed Macy's. So I bought these spy calls a while back, and it was just kind of a shits and giggles play. And I had gotten shit on Twitter about this one. But I'm here to say go fuck yourself because these are up 108%. I bought 420 calls because Prophet God on Twitter was very, very bullish. I mean, he was stupid bullish. I mean, so bullish that it was kind of scary. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This guy has so much confidence in what he's saying. I'm going to go ahead and buy some calls. So I was like, all right, let's buy some 420 calls. They were worth dirt cheap. How much did I get them for? I got them for like 9 cents, 11 cents. I was like, all right, wait, that's just some of my buys. Okay, so I got them all the way down to 5 cents, and I kept buying them. So I got them at 5 cents. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just keep tossing some lotto money into there. Nothing's going to happen. They're shitty, weird calls. And I picked the number 420 for just giggles. I picked the expiration date was more so my concern. My concern was the making sure I had some time in case we do pop. So I picked 115 expiration date, 420 strike, and now they are sitting up at 24 bid, 26 ask. And nice, decent volume too, because I can go ahead and exit them at any time I wanted at 108% right now. So really, really funny to see these things pop up. I think I wouldn't mind adding more of these if we can go ahead and clear a little bit more level. If we can fill this gap back over here with SPY, I wouldn't mind adding in a lot more of these. It's been a meme year, so why not play meme calls? What's Dave Portnoy trading today? What's he trading? I've never really watched his things. I just watch his funny commentary. I love it. That guy's great. Damn, I forgot I was in these calls. Okay, I'm in, not these, but I'm in GE as well. GE's one I think is going to do fine. Big car company. Price action in the clouds. Support levels over here. These are monthly wick lows. Monthly 2009 wick lows. Lagging span on Ichi bouncing. Everything is looking good. Just waiting for the Ichi span to go ahead and go back into the clouds, and then we'll start taking off. So I'm pretty confident in GE. Let's see if there's any flow for today. See if players are buying on blood. They're buying puts. What are they doing? Yikes. They're buying puts. I'm scared. I'll have to look into this a little bit more. What else do we have? What was it gonna do? Okay. I'm in this one. I don't know why still, but EFA. I bought calls on EFA, which how are they doing? They look like they're doing bad. No, I'm actually up on. What the fuck? I'm up on these. All right. Well, apparently I'm up 54% on these, but the spread's fucked. The spread's at my ass, but the bid's at my. So here's a fucked up spread. So the bid's at 8 cents and the ask is at 17 cents. Instantly wrecked if you do something wrong. And there's zero volume over here. And these are 11.20 EFA $75 calls. So what I'm betting on EFA is that it holds this support and goes for this gap fill. If at any moment this gap fills up at 68 or even goes to here, these EFA calls will make me money. There's $75 strike, 11.20 expiration, with the spread being a little bit fucked. So I think this is still worth playing for me. What else do I got on my portfolio? This is just a Robinhood. I don't have my TD Ameritrade one. I have a little problems with them again. I'm in Coca-Cola calls for 121. A lot of 121 plays. Coca-Cola needs to go ahead and flip back into here. The biggest thing with Coca-Cola was it was in a channel for a really long time. And in general, I don't think Coca-Cola is going to be going anywhere. So I could have probably bought a little bit better of time. But overall, I think Coca-Cola will be fine over the years. You guys seen any of those future movies? They always have Coca-Cola set up there. And SLV, obviously, I'm in. AGI, I'm in, which I'm considering cutting out my AGI plays if anybody was following that one. AGI looks like this. It needs to pop over support. It can't get into the clouds. Like, absolutely cannot get into the clouds. If it goes into the clouds, it's all over for AGI. That means most of the gold looks like shit, too. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much all my plays for today. Just pretty much still writing things out. I'm trying to see how long I can hang out with you guys. But I think this is it. So, yeah, trade safe, guys. Make sure you guys take your profits. If you guys have questions, ask me. Don't forget, I'll be on later tonight again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the one final last stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which will be more so crypto and a little bit of Bitcoin and a a little bit of everything. Yeah, you have a good afternoon too, and yeah, retweet this, guys, and I'll really appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.